Good. I think we can go along with our speakers. I was going to say a couple of things first that might be useful, but I'll let you know the running order of the speakers as well. So we were thinking of putting Patrick first after I've said a few bits. Patrick from the Independence Biennial and Art in Liverpool will give us a bit of an update. Jenny Porter from Metal is going to talk about their micro-residencies opportunity that they've got. Jane Lawless from Dead Pigeon Gallery and North End Sketch Club is going to say a few words. Sally Slingsbury from Dot Art is going to speak about a couple of things. And Rob Flynn from Road Studios is going to show you a game called Occupy White Walls. We'll just give you a little tour of the game to show you what it's like. It's quite interesting. It's where you can build a gallery within the game. And hopefully we'll get Isabel Benito Gutierrez.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here! Hooray! I'm glad you're here already. That's great. I'm going to mute you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, did I pronounce your surname right? No.
Well, it's fine. Nobody does. So okay.
Oh well, I tried really hard. I'll mute you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so I was going to first of all, for anyone who doesn't know much about LAN already, I wanted to just show you our website and give you a really quick tour, which is just that. This page is a directory of artist studios, groups and organisations, and galleries and exhibition venues. And you're most welcome to let us know if there's anything we've missed off there that you think you'd like to have added on. That's quite useful if you're searching for something like a studio space or something. Our art map was set up by John Elcock. It's a really good thing to have, where you can basically find out where all of those places are. And the other thing I wanted to show you was meetings page, which has the notes from all of the different meetings, except you might have realized, some people might have realized, the last meeting we did was a slide slam, and I was going to put some notes out from everyone, and then we had the whole pandemic hoo-ha, and I didn't do it. So I might actually add those notes onto the meeting notes for this time. It was just to tell you who presented in the slide slam and send links for them. And this page is our contact page. And on our contact page is a link here. And if you click on this link, you can sign up to our newsletter, which basically tells you about meetings that are happening and tells you the notes in the meetings. And we don't kind of give you tons of things to look at. So I think it's worth signing up if you think you might be coming to meetings. Okay, I wanted to also just mention a couple of places where you can find things, opportunities if you're a bit stuck and bored for things to do and you'd like something to inspire you to make something or do something. I don't know if everyone knows about Parker Harris. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but if you make work, the sort of work that you like to just, you know, put into exhibitions, then there's quite a few sort of opportunities on the Parker Harris website. And well, what I do is I sign up to their mailing list. So if you Google Parker Harris, it gives you a sign up for them, and they don't bombard you with emails, but quite a lot of the big prizes and exhibition opportunities go through them. So quite a nice thing to do if you're the sort of person that likes to just get inspired by an opportunity. Similarly with Curator Space, I think most people know about Curator Space, but again, you can go on the page, go on opportunities, and there's a whole load of things if you're feeling a bit bored and not sure what to do at the moment, and you want to be inspired by something that's asking you to, you know, submit to a project or something, then this is quite a nice thing to look at. So that's curatorspace.com. And I wanted to also tell you about TRS sets, so the Royal Standard. If you follow them on Instagram, I'll put links in, you know, when I send the meeting details out, I'll put links in, and if anyone wants them right now, they can post in the chat and I can, you know, we can reply to that at the end of the meeting. So the Royal Standard are doing something called TRS sets through Instagram, so you have to use Instagram to be able to do it, but basically on a Friday night they post a challenge for you to respond to with an artwork, and the idea is that you should just not think too much, and you send your response to them in a direct message, and 48 hours after that they post, I think they either post them all or they post their favorites, I'm not sure which, but it's quite a nice fun thing to do if you're on Instagram. And I was also going to talk to you about Arts Council support through funding. So a lot of people I know will know about this already and may or may not have applied, and I know some organisations have been given grants, and I know some individuals have been given grants. So, you know, it's a good thing to do if you're strapped for cash. And they've closed other grants in order to make way for this. So project grants are closed at the moment, and so the way you might normally apply. But this, there's notes just saying, oh, here we go. So this round is closed now, but they're going to open round 2 on the 16th of April. Oh, there we go. Round 2 open for applications on the 16th of April. Okay then, so here we go. There's the closed on the deadline was the 30th of April. Oh yeah. 1 and 2's already closed. Let's find out if they do number 3. I was under the impression that they was still open. There was one still open, but it's worth looking out for if you haven't applied yet and you need some support financially. And the other thing I was going to show you, 2 more things. One is an opportunity that someone forwarded to me who thought you might be interested. It closes tomorrow. It's micro commissions for emerging artists, and it is from Collective Encounters. So that's collectiveencounters.org.uk. I can put a link into this for if anyone can't write it down in time, but it's for emerging artists. So obviously make of that what you will, and they are small commissions, £300 each, but it might be something that you're interested in. It's relating to community power, community action before, during and after COVID-19, so it's responding to those themes. And I also wanted to tell you about the drink and draw that Make is doing. It's every fortnight on a Thursday, so the next one is this Thursday. You don't have to drink. You can just draw. It's life drawing, and I did it with Chrissy, who's here in the meeting, a couple of weeks ago, and it was really good actually. So that's £6. If you want them to bring you some booze, you pay extra, but we just did the £6 one, and it's not exactly like life drawing, but it's definitely nice to do still, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So if you want a life drawing fix, it might help with that. So okay, I'm just gonna unshare my screen. Cool. So where are we at? I think that was it for everything I was going to say. There's a few more participants here since we started, so I just want to let them know that we're recording the meeting. Turn off your camera if you don't want it on. Okay, so if we could go to Patrick, I'm going to unmute you. I have to find you first. There you are. That's good. Yeah, do you want to give us your update about Independence Biennial?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's no happy news. Independence Biennial is not happening this year. It's been postponed, so it will still happen. I hope sooner rather than later. We're in conversation with Liverpool Biennial about when that's going to be. We'll let Artists Network know as soon as we know when it will happen. Funding for it was undecided when Arts Council decided the undecided funds were going to fund the emergency grants. So there is currently no money in the budget at all for Independence Biennial. And we'll, when they reopen, work on sorting that out. We're still working. We've applied for an Arts Council emergency grant to keep us going until the independence happens again. But we've got every intention of running the festival, hopefully as it would have been. But we don't know what the guidelines are going to be when project grants reopen. And we'll see. There's not a massive update. I mean, I don't know if everyone's read the press release at Liverpool. But if you want to know the full details of what's happened with Independence Biennial, if you go to artliverpool.com, I'll put the link in the comments for anyone for that particular article. It just says what happened, why we made the decision. The main reason we made the decision is we know we could have produced a digital version of the festival, but the reality of that is we'd have been pitting arts organisations and artists against each other based on the ability they had to produce digital work or to represent work digitally. And as we've seen in the last couple of weeks, there's a lot of challenges to making digital work properly in a way that replaces physical work. They can't be done in the same way. They don't have the same impact. But there's galleries that have the ability to produce virtual tours. Some don't, and some won't. There's other barriers as well in terms. If you're producing things digitally, exhibitions need to be coherent, need to be produced differently. There needs to be more text and more engagement in that way. There needs to be more for people to read and more context on work because they don't have that physical interaction. And there's a different element of time for that that people need to put in. So we just thought between Art at Liverpool, Independence Biennial and Liverpool Biennial that it was the right decision for local artists to postpone until next year. In terms of Independence Biennial, that really is all we've got as an update. We'll reopen commission calls when we know that we're funded. And otherwise we will work with artists to support them. In the meantime, I think the main update really is on Art in Liverpool. What we do have right now is time. We don't know what money we've got. We don't know how we're going to fund what we're doing, but we know we've got time. And Art in Liverpool has for many years been a voluntary organisation, and if it has to be that for now, it will be. But if we can help other organisations in that time, let us know your ideas and we'll do what we can. We set up some digital exhibition space. They've not been launched properly. But I'll put the link on for anyone to have a look. You can have a browse. They're sort of half finished, but they're in the public space of artliverpool.com, where you can see, I think there's about 23 exhibitions. Some are virtual reality, some are not. They're submitted by galleries themselves. So again, they're meant to reflect those galleries as opposed to us having any hand in what they do. It's just that we have a space if people want to put things together. Ideally, exhibitions that have been postponed or cancelled, they can. That's one simple way that we can try and help. But equally, if there's, one of my biggest concerns at the minute is Art Liverpool was set up to represent artists, and right now there's a lot of support for organisations and organisations that are well networked. There's not a lot of support for organisations that are less well networked, and by networked I mean in a formal sense, part of the big networks around the region, who are getting a lot of support and a lot of questions asked of them and how the authorities can help. But for studio groups, for example, there's very little support that we've seen. So again, if there's a voice that we can have to sort of bring people together as studio groups to go to the authorities. The authorities are asking, I keep saying the authorities, the combined authorities, specifically the Liverpool City region, are asking for any feedback that I've got from studio groups to try and inform their thinking for recovery plans for the arts, because they don't really have the resources currently to talk to every studio group individually. So if I can help pass messages on, if it's specific things that studios need, great. If it's general ideas, that's fab. I mean, one of the ideas that got sent to me last week was a sort of a code, essentially for the, might not happen, it's quite a big idea, but if the city region paid for a set of billboards, and those billboards were given to market and promote what was happening in independent studios and galleries over the next few months, to try and relaunch in the public eye what they were doing when everything reopens. Those ideas, they're quite big ideas, quite bold ideas, but the more of them that they get submitted, the more they can pick up on. So yeah, we're here, unfinished house, doing work, and things will happen. But if we can help, we will try. And yeah, sorry, that's not the most uplifting or inspiring of talks or updates, but they're not uplifting or inspiring to say right now.
Fine.
So yeah, I think that's me. I'll put some of the links that I mentioned on the chat in a sec as well. But,
Great. That'd be good. And if anyone has any questions for Patrick, you can ask them at any point. If something occurs to you later on, you can stick it in the chat, and yeah, that's fine.
Or just email me. I'll stick my email in there as well.
Yeah, great.
If something comes to you later.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah, Colette and I was saying that we'll keep the chat, we'll basically keep the meeting open once the meeting's finished, so that people can carry on using the chat for a bit if they want to. Don't know how long that'd go on for, but yeah. Thanks very much, Patrick.
That's all right.
I've taken you off. Let me see. I'm going to mute you if that's all right. Oh, you've done it yourself. He's a pro. Jenny, can I put you on next to talk about the metal residencies? Oops. Oh, I'm trying to. I think I've got a problem with my left hand key on my mouse. Anyway, you're unmuted now, hopefully. I'll put you on Spotlight as well. There you go.
Okay, thanks, Josie. Gosh, it's weirdly nervous doing
I think it's more weird that it feels now like it's just me and you, and there's not 31 people staring at us, and you feel like you want a reaction but you're not getting anything. There's no
definitely.
Noise in the room.
Yeah, I feel like I need to read the room, but there's no way of doing that. Anyway, I just thought I'd talk about the remote residencies opportunity that we've got, because it's live at the moment, and the deadline is next Friday, the 15th of May. And that's been Metal. If anybody who doesn't know Metal, it's a arts organisation based at Edgehill train station. We've got some studios, but we mainly run residencies, which obviously is very different during times of a lockdown, because there's no kind of physical space that people are coming to. But we still wanted to create something that would support the local artist scene at this time. So we've got these remote residencies opportunity. So the idea of it being remote is that you'd be working from home, and sort of using the space that you've got, but you'd be kind of linked to Metal in a certain way. So they're open to any artist from the Liverpool City region. They're also open to artists from Peterborough and Southend, because we do also have 2 other sites nationally. So there'll be artists from Peterborough and 2 artists from Southend. So there's 6 opportunities, but it's just 2 from each geographical area, if that makes sense. So the idea is that obviously for a lot of people during this time, it's made them rethink their practice, maybe you've lost a lot of opportunities that were already there, and are feeling like you still want to work on that stuff. Maybe it's just a chance to get a bit of support from as Patrick said, a more networked organisation. You know, we want to use this opportunity to get as much kind of like input from artists who are in our local area, as much as sort of be a supportive body to them as well. So the kind of benefit from being involved would be the chance to perhaps take over our social media platforms, maybe use the kind of digital audience that we have got. Being as we're a national organisation, we're seeing when we are doing like public events that it's you know, we're getting like a different audience than if we were just putting events on at Edge Hill Station. We've also got like an artist blog area on the website, and we'd be encouraging any artists who apply to use that, because it's as much about kind of that sharing of process right now as just working on an idea or a project. So just to give a bit of background as well, it's open to any artistic discipline. So obviously most people here, I guess, are visual artists, but it'd be open to like musicians or writers, or, you know, multidisciplinary in that sort of sense. And what else was I going to say then? Yeah, so the other benefit would be like some staff support. So we basically, you'd be given like a mentor from within Metal and sort of have regular check-ins with them. So it might just be a chance to keep a project on track, maybe find some extra funding to go towards it. The actual residency comes with £1,000 grant, and that can go to like cover like living costs, if that's, you know, if that's what it goes towards. But it could also go towards maybe like a training opportunity you've identified. Maybe it's you know, some production materials or anything like that. Yeah, and the other criteria for people applying for it is they do need to have 3 years experience making work or putting on exhibitions. So there is, through the application process, we do ask for a biography and a CV as well. So it is probably for artists who are a little, you know, mid-career or established. And the application process is fairly simple. It's just 500-word biography and a 500-word description of how it will develop you, and perhaps how you see Metal being able to help you in that idea or project. So yeah, hopefully that's a bit of an overview. My voice is cracking up as well. I don't know if you can tell.
I'm trying to work out whether you're in bed.
I am in bed, yeah. Yeah,
like that's not a usual cushion that I see behind me.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, reclining at the moment. It's because it's my 3-year-old's bedtime, so this is the most sort of private space.
It's funny, like people ending up in their bedrooms because it's the only private space in the whole house. I was just going to ask you, you know how sometimes with the opportunities with Metal, you kind of, there's a bit of a push towards socially engaged practice. Is it the same with this one a bit? Yeah,
I mean, obviously that's kind of we as an organisation, that is what we're kind of mainly interested in, but that's sort of coming to a bit of focus at the moment, because you know, socially engaged projects, especially if you're trying to set something up new, but it might be that you're working with a group already and need a bit of extra support to carry on working with that group. You know, it could be like the drawing classes that you said Make are doing. Like if you've got an idea like that, it might be that the platform that we've got would enable you to create an audience for something like that. So yeah, definitely the focus is still on that kind of, you know, art that does connect people, or art that has like an element of social change within it.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much, and I'll move on. If anyone has any questions, please do post them in the chat, and also I'll get all the info off Jenny to put in, you know, the meeting notes as well. So take you off, Jenny, if I can. Oh, here we go, and I'll mute you. Where are you? Should have muted you first. There we go. Okay, we're going to have Jane next. Where's Jane? Oh, there you are. Hi. Right, I've unmuted you and I'm just going to put you on spotlight. There we go.
Oh no!
It's you.
I'm really big. Oh my god. Apologies for my big fat face, everybody. I am turning into Les Dawson. It's amazing.
No.
Anyway, oh, it's Josie.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
Yeah, shut up, Josie. So I just wanted to give people an update on behalf of Dead Pigeon Gallery and another project I've been running for it's in its 3rd year now, called North End Sketch Club. So for anyone who doesn't know about Dead Pigeon Gallery, it's literally 3 friends wanting to put on shows, not having access to a gallery, me becoming incredibly impatient about access to galleries in the city, and deciding to find alternative gallery spaces. So the first one that we got was what's now called a tapestry, and when we first went in, it was literally full of dead pigeons, and it became a nickname, Dead Pigeon Gallery. But it kind of it was such a special show, and it was such a special time, and it just worked. So I just decided, well, I'm going to keep that name, and rather than worry about not having a gallery space, I'll just approach people. Or what actually happened is people started approaching me and saying, well, can you do something with our space? So I kind of quickly realised that I can approach people with buildings and say to them, do you fancy hosting Dead Pigeon Gallery in your space for an agreed amount of time? So we've now, I think we're on our 6th. I just make stuff up. It might be 5th, I don't know. But it's been going since 2017. So that's pretty good, seeing as we've never had any funding. Just do it with hard grafts. And it's me, Catherine Dalton, and Josie Jenkins. And we just, I don't know, we just muck in and make something happen. So ironically, this was the first year that we actually put in an Arts Council bid, and 2 weeks later was lockdown, so they cancelled our bid, and we were like, shit, it's just taken 2 months or whatever to do this bid. But there you go, the same as everybody else. But I just wanted to let everyone know, so we've found a new space, an incredible space in Kensington this time. So we've been a lot in Anfield and Everton, even in Texas. Took it to Texas. In America, not the DIY shop. Do you know what I mean?
Does that still exist?
I don't know. I'm just making sure everyone knows we didn't do the shop. So this space in Kensington, again, a couple approached me and said, we'd really love you to come and do something. And it's another space that's semi-derelict, so it suits us down to the ground. It's always at a point that nobody else really wants it, and we think it's great. And then we'll do a deal with whoever the people are. So we were hoping to have some funding so we can actually pay some people. But at the moment, obviously it's on hold. But that show will go ahead when it happens. But I think because we're a lot smaller and we're just a smaller group, we can kind of make that happen a lot faster than say Patrick, and he's looking after a million different people. So with us, it's usually around 10 people maximum that you're working with. So I hope that show is definitely going to happen later on in the summer sometime. It was due to go up at the end of May. But the space itself is incredible. I'm not going to give the exact address because I don't like to jinx it, but it's like a big old warehouse, it's boss. So that'll be our first show in Kensington. So we also obviously like to take it to places that art isn't generally associated with those places as well, and take it outside of the city centre. And so the other thing I wanted to tell you about was North End Sketch Club. So the clue's kind of in the name, just because I was born in the North End, and the idea came from a girl I was working with in Stanley Park, and we thought it'd be nice to have a sketch club, a local sketch club that invited whoever, whether you're an artist or whether you've never done it in your life, because I am keen to encourage that interaction as well. So if I don't really do well with big egos, but if you're happy to like mix it with people who maybe have never done art before, you have no idea how much they get from that, from working alongside each other, whether you've done it before or not. It's sound. And there's a few people I think in the group who've been to the sketch clubs, and I think ultimately what we all get from it together is this, like, it's almost a meditative thing, because I'm not particularly bothered about what ends up on the piece of paper. It's more about that collective shared experience. And again, it's been all across Liverpool, like Bootle, Kirkdale, Everton, Anfield, again Texas. And I've never had a group that has nobody's complained, put it that way. We've always like buzzed off each other and had a good time and learned some skills. So that's carried on Instagram, and my Instagram page now just provides me with so much joy. I'm not even kidding. I've had sketches now being sent to me from like Arizona, Brooklyn, London. So it's nice because it's gone outside of Liverpool as well. So all I'm going to say is that if you're happy to send me a sketch, it could be something that you've done like in your house, but I just want it to be something that you've done during lockdown. I've given up my page, my Instagram page, for everybody else's work, and it's just been gorgeous. It's dead simple, and people just tell me a little tale about where they did it, and there's normally something funny attached, and then I'll just share it and put some details. So you're all welcome to do that. Again, I'll put my email in the chat, or contact me on Instagram. I've kind of ditched Twitter a little bit at the moment, so I'm not really on that. So if you want to contact me, email or Instagram, but please do share your sketches, because from my perspective, my community sketches, if you like, my people, they get so much from seeing your work. So please share. I think that's all. That's everything now.
Cool. And we can put your Instagram in the chat for people so they know where to find you on Instagram. We can put it in the meeting notes as well. So thanks, Jane.
No worries.
Good. I'm going to mute you. Sorry. I feel mean muting people. Okay. Sally from Dot Art. There you go. Unmute you. Hi. I've been putting people in Spotlight, but I didn't know whether, I was like, oh, maybe it's better in gallery view when you can still see everyone else. I don't know what people think. You can put up a reaction either way for like leaving it in gallery view. That'll be a no then. You're going on Spotlight. There we go.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Hi everybody, I'm Sally. I'm a gallery manager at Dot Art, and I basically just wanted to let you know what we've been up to during lockdown. We've been very busy, and yeah, just sort of share with you some opportunities that we've got for local artists. So if you don't know what Dot Art is, we sell locally sourced affordable artwork in our gorgeous city centre gallery, which is of course closed at the moment, but we're still selling artists' work through our online shop, which is dotart.co.uk/shop. I feel like RuPaul when she plugs products, sorry. But yeah, so I'd like to let you know about our online classes first of all. So we've just launched our very first series of online classes, which has been lots of fun getting that ready. It was a bit of a process, but we got there in the end. And we've got lots of things available. We've got lino cut, drawing techniques, introduction to Adobe Lightroom. We've got lots of things going on, and we've got more things coming up as well. So if you want to find out more information about our classes, please do visit our website, and you can also sign up to our mailing list as well. And I also wanted to let you know that today we launch our new artist membership deal. So we run an artist membership package at Dot Art, where we basically provide support for local artists, opportunities to exhibit local artists' work and sell their work. Lots of different things which you can find out more about again on the website. I won't bore you for ages on here. But what we're doing to try and support artists during these obviously difficult times is offer our first 3 months of the membership for free. So this sort of gives you an opportunity to get to know what the membership can provide for you, and basically get to know what Dot Art does and see if we can help you sort of progress with your artistic career, even though times are pretty strange at the moment. And we're still doing loads of things, so we'd like to try and get more people involved with that. And towards the end of the month, I'm sorry, I'm literally talking nonsense.
No one has a concept of time anymore, so don't worry about it.
I don't even know what day it is. It's terrible. During the end of the month. No. So whenever lockdown may end, when we reopen our gallery, we'll be putting on our first after crisis exhibition, which is A View from the Window. I think that's what it's called. Similar to Grayson Perry's thing, which was on last night. I think that was his theme, or it might be next week's. But basically, this is going to be showcasing all of our artists' work, and that will be new members as well. Sort of just to encourage people to keep making and to stay inspired whilst times are so horrible. So yeah, that was kind of just a bit of a quick roundup of what we're up to. I'm like, my palms are sweating. I'm really
it should not be so nerve-wracking to sit on your own in front of a screen and say a few words, should it? It's like crazy.
Strange, yeah, but I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope that made a little bit of sense. But yeah, thank you.
That's great. Could I ask about, the 3 months membership deal? Is it that you sign up for like a year, but then you're basically getting 3 months off for the year?
That's correct, yes. So you sign up to a year membership. We've got 2 different membership levels. Again, you can sort of find out more about which both of those provide. But yeah, so your first 3 months are free, but you will be signed up for the entire year. But we've got like so many good things going on for members at the moment, and obviously with things being so rubbish, it's quite nice to have a community where you're still chatting with each other, we're still, sharing each other's work, and it's nice to sort of keep everybody engaged really at the moment. It's really nice to be able to get to chat with my artists every day, so I'll be a bit lost without it myself.
Cool. Thank you for that very much.
You're welcome.
And yeah, you can post the details in the chat of anything that you want, and then I'll make sure that gets put on the mail out thingy. What's it? Good. Thank you. I'm just going to mute you. Where's Colette? I've lost her. Oh, look, there's another page of people. There we go. Colette, I'm just going to... Oh, yeah, so Colette's just let me know that there's... someone's posted an opportunity in the chat, an extra opportunity, which you can probably... If you can all use the chat function, then you can scroll through and find it. Hopefully everyone can. So anything extra that goes in the chat that's like an opportunity will also put on the meeting details. Oh, and Colette, if you unmute yourself, you can just do that and speak. It's totally fine. I'm assuming you can unmute yourself, because I think everyone can do that.
Yes, I can.
Yay!
That's good to know.
That's good. Okay, no, that's cool. Yeah, just come in if there's anything I need to know. Colette's keeping an eye on the chat because I can't do like 2 things at once. Yes, thank you very much, Sally. I'm going to put Rob on next. Rob from Road Studios, who's going to talk to you about Occupy White Walls, which is a game. Well, he'll explain it more. Rob, I can't find you. I'm sorry. You must be on the next page. Yay, there you are. Hello.
Hello.
You should just unmute.
No. Well, should we go into the Road Studios thing? Because it'll be a different screen.
Oh, great. Have you come on twice?
Yeah. I've basically set up 2 accounts, like one for one.
Oh, aren't you good? Right. Let me find Road. Now I have to find Road. I don't know where that is. Hang on. There it is. Share. I'll make that spotlight then. Oh, how do I do that? Have you done it? Oh, that'll do. I think that's worked anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Good.
Oh God. Okay. this is nerve-wracking, isn't it? Like that, you know, you think it's gonna... But, okay, hi everyone, I'm Rob Flynn. I am the one of the bossy people around at Road Studios. So, as, so, well, I don't know if the screen might be a bit choppy for some of you, as it like, yeah, it's a bit choppy on there. But anyway, so I've been thinking about like the whole crisis going on about like alternative ways to like present art and like, you know, kind of create opportunities and stuff. So we've been like, the studio's been just doing like, we've been hosting like little drink and draw parties for like everyone in the studio to kind of like still socialize and everything. It's stuff like that, the reasons to drink. But so anyway, I found this game called Occupy White Walls. It's a online, basically MMO game. Like loads of people can like play it, come visit, talk and everything. And basically, the main point of it is to make galleries, present artwork, and do all that sorts of thing. So actually, cool. So anyway, so you get like given an environment, which you can then like walk around and do stuff. See a bit. Yeah, that is choppy, isn't it?
It's okay. Like me and Rob have been on this for a couple of weeks, just messing about. And so what you can see now is sort of it's a slowed down version. I mean, if Rob like walks, are you walking around it now?
Yeah, I'm kind of like making it very slow to kind of
I don't know whether going slower it makes it any better. I think it's kind of okay. Because it's the same as when we trialed it. So like if you're in the real game, it's not kind of skipping frames in the way that it is now on your screen.
It's a very smooth thing. It actually seems to be going a bit better. Yeah, so anyway, right, let's talk about things. So anyway, you can basically create environments and you can like present artwork and like kind of construct things. And I was thinking of this as like a way to basically create like an online platform for like kind of collaborative art project, potentially. We could so there's a bunch of different ways of doing it. Let's see. So yeah, you can basically create an environment. This is Josie's recreation of Arena Studios.
Which I've been obsessively making for like
it's getting like a microscopic detail level here, isn't it? Yeah.
And I keep messaging people and going, I've been making a replica of Arena Studios, and everyone goes, oh, that's nice, why have you done that? And then I go, because it's just like building a model village, but then there's not that much point to it. But yeah,
there we go. But so it was like what we were thinking of, like maybe potentially turn this into like a kind of big collaborative project. We can either kind of create like potential like concepts for like online gallery, you know, like kind of recreations of galleries, or potential like new ideas for galleries. Like let's show you. I've made a recreation of Road Studios old gallery up here as well. Because why not?
And the one of the things about it that's interesting is that it's an interesting way to view art. So if you look at the artwork on the wall now, you can obviously see what it might look like in a room. But if you click on it like Rob's just done, it enlarges the artwork and it tells you a bit about it, which is quite interesting. So at the moment, you can only put artwork on that is already in the game, uploaded into the game, but there is an opportunity to upload your own artwork. Except
so we were thinking we could kind of just like create like a whole new show that's kind of only available like digitally or something, essentially. Something like that. So yeah.
But at the moment they're charging. You have to, we're not really sure how you upload it. We think you were saying you contact them.
Officially set up. I haven't contacted them yet because I wanted to kind of contact them with like a kind of more like solid concrete idea, really, in some ways. But apparently like they're taking like suggestions as well. So if you get in touch with them and say like, look at like this person's work on it. So I feel like if we kind of get in touch with them with an idea, you might be willing to like do something with it, really, in some ways. Yeah.
Because they seem to be charging for people to upload their work, and Rob and I were a bit confused about what their business model is in terms of who they think will be in the game and what they'll be doing and why, and because I'm not sure if everyone else in the game is like an artist, like in the same, you know.
I don't think so. No, I think there's very few actual artists on it and stuff like that. But I feel like they really want like actual artists to engage with it. So I think that kind of creates like a decent opportunity for us to like get on there and like have our work uploaded and like kind of do some sort of big project. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a potential thing. But yeah, so yeah, there we go. Look around, do stuff like that.
There's you're able to record yourself walking around as well, aren't you, Rob? Like make a video of it.
Oh no, that's just what I can do, like with the computer thing. I don't think you can do that within the game itself.
Oh, right. Because I was thinking like that's another. Because one of the issues with the game is that you have to download the game. It's free, but you have to put it on your computer, and it does take up quite a bit of space. And if your computer's not very fast, it's not like so easy to, run it.
Yeah.
But so one of the things we were going to ask the makers about was like whether they had an intention for you to be able to go into the game with, through an app or something just a bit more easier, or just through the internet without having
Something
to
a bit more
download it.
accessible, really, in some ways. Potential project.
Yeah. So
yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's it. Basically, what it comes down to. But yeah, so like I said, we might kind of create a users an opportunity to kind of create like an actual environment, like have like a kind of online show with, or users like a thing where you could have like artists together collaboratively and like kind of create like this online space. But we also, I think me and Josie were talking about potentially creating like an online village, like an art village. Like that's like basically like an online gallery of all the spaces in Liverpool. The thing, like as Josie is kind of got a bit obsessed with doing.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if everyone else would have as much patience as me at building their own studios, but I really enjoyed it. It was very satisfying.
Stealing my money.
So this space that Rob's got here is like a shared one that he's set up.
Yeah, I've set this up so anyone can like basically log into it, like play around with it and stuff, and like just like experiment really. Let's see. So like I'm just kind of.
Rob, can any images be uploaded into that, or would you have to be?
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's kind of a case of getting in touch with curators and like getting them to upload it really in some regards. But it's any image really. I mean, I'll give you an example in a sec.
But the problem is, Tony, that you can't do it unless you go through them, and they might ask for money.
Yeah, I spoke to Rob about this, that we should contact them with a proposal, just to say like we're a Liverpool Arts Collective and we would curate a show as a body of different studios together, and that way it would have more of a cross-platform, and then it would potentially be good PR for that company, but also it might be beneficial to each individual studio or organization.
Yeah.
And individual, potentially people without studios as well. But it at least gives them a gateway into like a platform to showcase.
Yeah.
Additionally to that, today I spoke to Charlotte from Open Culture about Light Night. I've just put the details on the little shared chat, but they want to still go ahead with doing an online presence of Light Night, which is not this Friday but next Friday, and they want us to share stuff into the Google Drive and then just make a little bit more of a like things that are going on. So I've just put in the link.
That's good.
The shared chat anyway.
That's Friday coming. Is that right?
The Friday after.
The Friday after that it was meant to be.
The 15th.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You've put details in for us about it in the chat, so I can share it on the mail out as well.
Yeah.
Good.
But so basically, what we're going to do is with Road, we're going to have, obviously it's changed, but like I was thinking, like Rob did the 1 minute videos a while ago, and stuff very small, like processable information or little videos that are like a minute long and stuff like that, so they can put it on and just showcase people, because no one wants to see a 24-minute video of someone a white wall going, no one wants it. Didn't make it, they just don't want to see it. Well, yeah, so that's something with Light Night anyway.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to salvage it from the brink of despair.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that, Tony. That's good thing to share.
We've just had a question as well. Can you just remind us what the game platform's called again?
Oh yeah. It's
Occupy White Walls.
yes. If you didn't hear Rob, because I was talking over him, sorry, Rob. It's Occupy White Walls.
It's only supposed to be my spotlight right now. I've already been talking by Tony.
Yeah, and you just, so if you Google Occupy White Walls, it comes up, and then you can download. You have to download something called Stream, and then you download.
Steam.
Is it Stream?
Steam. It's like
Steam,
it's like
not
iTunes,
Stream.
It's like iTunes for the games.
It's a what for the game?
It's like iTunes but for games.
Oh,
type of thing,
right.
really. It's kind of like it's like a Play Store type of thing. Like a Google.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm sure you could. I guess you could download a Google website. They're like their website. But yeah, so
yeah, you have to put Steam on first, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it made me do it. Anyway, yeah. So and then you just download it. Yeah. Then you can start playing. The tutorial's good. It teaches you how to play, and I think that the tutorial was very good for someone who's not very gamey like me. I don't really play computer games.
It probably explain it better than I would. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, there we go. I've created this little mini gallery in like 10 minutes.
You're a lot quicker than me.
I mean, like I said, we can like totally like create something like really interesting and stuff, and it like we can maybe like upload our artwork and stuff, or we could like create work that's only viewable in an online space potentially, or we could, like I said, we can get all these elements which you can build stuff with, and we could potentially build like an online sculpture that only exists in like a kind of virtual space essentially. So yeah, if anyone's interested, we could like maybe play around a bit and like see what comes of it really in some ways.
Have you got a link to the one you've already done, so to invite people into that gallery?
I don't know if there's like a direct link that, like, you know what I mean, you'd have to online on the game. It's like I've kind of, the username is Cube, so you basically just go into the game. Like, let's give an example actually.
Well, if people want to have a go at building something in the Cube gallery, then they could contact you and you could give them the login details.
Yeah, basically. But like I said, it's kind of like the idea is it would be like a kind of essentially art playground where someone could come in and just like play around with all the assets and everything and like create something really.
Because I've got my own login, but because I don't play the game enough, I've not got enough stuff. Whereas Rob has played it so much, it means that.
Like, hold your hand through the whole thing. Like, you see all of stuff.
It just means that so I could go into Cube Gallery and I could build a load of stuff that I couldn't have built in my own because I hadn't collected enough money to, not real money, fake online money. I don't want to be someone who talks about computer games, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we'll put your email address in the chat, Rob. Is that okay?
Do info at Road. I'm more likely to get like less.
Info. Could you put it in the chat after
yeah, I can do that in a second.
Yeah, great.
So,
yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's not enough really work on about ways, and I can just keep going on about hours of showing you stuff. Yeah, if anyone's interested, I can.
Oh, Rob, you're breaking up a bit. I don't know. Yeah,
I think the internet's getting it.
Rob, I don't know if you're breaking up for everyone else a little bit, but.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but only a bit. But anyway, have you just teleported into another space? Yeah,
I teleported into like the one set up of Road Studios, like a kind of. See, this is the thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's all. Like, yeah, that's it really. I mean, it's just a case of showing people potential like things you can do in it really and stuff, and like if anyone has any collaborative projects you want to work through it, it's more of a case of it's like instead of like actually being like an actual project, it's more platform for other projects. I see it as.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool.
There we go.
And if anyone's interested in collaborating with that or anything like that, then get in touch with Rob and or just have a go on the game. It's quite fun. You might discover something from it that you think could be used potentially for something else. So thanks for that, Rob.
Thank you for listening to me about things. I'm so sorry, everyone.
I'm gonna mute you. Not to be rude. I feel so rude every time I'm muting people.
Please mute me, Josie.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
will.
mute myself.
Before it's too late. I might mute Tony as well because he's a liability. Isabel, I'm going to unmute you. Oh no, you unmuted yourself and I muted you. It's terrible. I'll put you in spotlight. Hang on. Oh, except from Rob, and you need to get rid of that screen, Rob, because it just keeps. Oh, can I do it? Stop participant sharing. There we go. Good. Hello, and yes, Isabel's going to say a few words. She's an independent composer, not artist.
Ooh.
Which is exciting because we sometimes get people, who are not visual artists. So
so yes, I'm a bit shy.
That's fine.
So I'm a composer. I've recently finished my PhD researching about connecting art and music. Indeed, I've been collaborating with Ali Baker, that she's in the chat, she's in the conversation. So I've been doing pieces like in different ways, like when the artist is the kind of the conductor, so it's like painting, and then the musicians have some kind of direction depending on what the artists do. Also like recording painters painting process and then using the video or the final result as the score for the music. And also writing music and writing directions for the painter, so where the painter is one more of the performers. And I've been doing concerts in galleries like Manchester, in London, in RNCM, that's where I did my PhD, also in Liverpool with Roland Keogh. I'm not sure if he's also in this network. So during lockdown, I've done already one small collaboration with Ali. Just we are waiting because we had an issue with the flutist because he became ill. So now we have another flutist, so we will record it. RNCM also is searching for people to do like concerts during quarantine, like online concerts. So yeah, it's just in case someone has ever thought about collaborating with musicians, not just during lockdown, like there's life hopefully after lockdown. So yeah, like I'm open. I still have ideas, new ideas for future collaborations, or if someone has ever thought about doing any collaboration with music, or someone before that has a gallery, I'm also happy. Because I always want to take music outside concert halls because they have all these kind of rules and it's just kind of old school. So I love when concerts happen somewhere else and people react in different ways, and I feel there is more freedom. So yeah, so it's just to introduce myself. If anyone wants to do anything with music, we have also like I have like a network of musicians, like performers. So yeah, so I know flutists, cellists, so many others. So we could always record the pieces. At the moment, I have because I have this concert series with two of my colleagues that I met during my PhD, and it's called Incognito. We were going to have our third concert at the end of this month. That obviously is not going to happen. So we left the program we had designed on one side. So now we are working on Incognito because we are like in, and that's how we did the collaboration with Ali, and someone else from this group is working with scientists. Because we are open not just to artists. I'm more for artists because I like to collaborate with artists, but someone in this project collaborates more with scientists. So yeah, so it's just doing multidisciplinary works. I've been also working with digital artists during my research. So I will put my email, and if someone wants to get in touch and someone wants to see how the pieces look like the previous pieces, and I think I messed everything up.
If someone wants to see what you just said about seeing how things look that you've produced, so they could email you and you can show them.
Yeah,
you don't have them anywhere online, or like?
I have a blog that I haven't updated like in ages. But so I do that. I'm writing word, and then I have newer pieces that I have on YouTube, but this is still not listed because I want to edit the videos a bit more.
Yeah.
One for orchestra, and I have this piece for orchestra I did with a video artist. It's about color black with black as a shadow, black as a darkness, and all this stuff. But this is not still on the blog. That's my blog. That, as I say, I need to update, but I'm so busy like that. Yeah, I even have my PhD viva like this in 2 weeks, so that's one of it. Yeah, so about funding. So usually I pay for the materials, and then always I try to get funding. As someone said before, funding now is going to be very uncertain thing. I know RNCM always offers funding, but I also don't know how the situation is for the money they get. Yes. So, and then it's, as I say, it's not just for lockdown, it's just for after. That's what I like to do. And I'm also researching about I was researching originally about changing the concert hall to make it more hybrid, where painters are allowed to paint and I'm not told off because they put stains of painting. But now because of lockdown, like concert halls doesn't even exist. They cannot be used. So I'm trying to research on how to make concerts in a different way of public performance in general. So yeah, so if anyone has any interest in doing something musical or collaborating with a musician, it doesn't mean I'm going to tell them what they have to do. It can be like collaboration, or there's many ways I've been working with artists. So
that's great, thank you. And we'll put your details are can go in the chat, but I'll also make sure they go out on the mailing list as well. So
I always get the that point, like when you have the meetings, but I'm always usually so busy at this time. So now that's one of the positive, because I'm like, oh, I want to go to this meeting, but I cannot. But
yeah, well, I mean, there's people from other countries could potentially attend this meeting, and we've certainly got, I mean, we usually get sort of between, I'd say 15 and 25 people at a LAN meeting, but we've had a few people drop off now, but we had 31 at one point. So, I suppose there's pros and cons. Let's see the bright side of lockdown and try to. Thank you very much, Isabel. That's everyone who I hope someone's going to shout at me now. No, I was going to speak. There was a couple of things I missed off that I will just say. So Sarah Jones from Liverpool Lighthouse got in touch. I think she's here she might be here in this meeting, and if she's not, she did intend to be. And she just wanted me to let you know that she I put it, you know what, I put it on let me just share my screen, hang on a sec, I can't remember how, share screen, which one, that one, yeah, so so Liverpool Lighthouse is a 430-seated auditorium based in Anfield, which sees dance groups, bands, choirs, theatre shows, and all sorts of talent through its doors. The venue is at the heart of the community, where they also run development programmes from English and employability workshops to art and cultural programmes. At present, the venue has a coronavirus support page on Facebook where the Liverpool Lighthouse is there for anyone 24/7 to help with advice and support. But they are also currently looking for individuals to send uplifting videos working on their skills at home, whether that be dancing, singing, poetry or pottery. So anything that you do that is a talent, they would like to share it on their Instagram page. And Sarah asked me to pass on her email address, which is below, and I'll put it in the chat. And their Instagram page is at Liverpool Lighthouse. That's easy enough, isn't it? And one other thing that I forgot to say is somebody got in touch, Margaret O'Brien, who's an artist based in Liverpool, got in touch, and she just wanted me to ask a question if anyone knows anything and can be helpful to her. I'm assuming after lockdown she's interested in finding contacts for metal fabricators or foundries, if anyone can recommend any. I think obviously it's for a piece of work that she's doing. So if you could recommend any and you post it in the chat, I'll pass it on to her. But I'll put her question out in the email, the LAN email as well, so some people might get that also. I think that's it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say thank you very much to everyone for coming. It's like really great to see so many people, because I just wondered whether there'd be sort of 15 or something. So this is really brilliant. We'll try and get the notes out as soon as possible. And you can leave at any point if you want to. If you would like to carry on chatting in the chat, you are most welcome to. And I guess I can unmute you all if you want, or you can unmute yourselves. If you want to try and actually chat with me or anyone else, you can unmute yourself, but it might get a bit chaotic because there are still quite a few of us here. Okay, that's it. Thanks, everybody. And maybe see you again for a slide slam next time. We'll see. Bye or not bye.